Good afternoon, folks. I decided to make a video today on basically the most frequently asked questions I get when people either email me or give me a quick telephone call. And so I thought it might be useful to share this on a video, and that way you can see what I look like, how I speak, where I practice, because I'm in my office at the moment. And also it might help you to get a better idea about whether I'm the right person for you. So to start with, most people ask me who I work with. And it's a tricky one because coaching can virtually cover any subject, any area, and with any person. I would say probably in the main, most of my clients are women. However, I do have male clients. The reason for that being, I suppose, is that most women are perhaps a bit more comfortable in reaching out for help, although that's changing all the time. And I suppose in the main issue is that people want to change the way they react, possibly communicate, which is a speciality of mine in helping people to perhaps communicate more positively. But the main issue is that they want to change in some way. They want their behaviour or their situation to change in some way. And obviously that's where I come in. How do I do it? Well, in the main, we talk about what you want to change, and sometimes that's not always very apparent to you when you first come, or sometimes people say, this is definitely the issue, this is what I want to work on, and in fact with further development and reflection they realise that there are other areas that they indeed want to work on, or indeed it wasn't the original thing that came with in the first place. But that's all fine, that's part of the process. So we work through that process, and to kind of answer another question, the process takes as long as you want it to take. So if people come with an agenda of, I only want this certain amount of sessions, and this is the issue that I need to work through, or the goal that I want to accomplish in this period of time with this amount of money, then that's what we do. It's all with agreement. And these sessions, I often say to clients, are not my sessions, they're yours. You're paying for them, you instigate them, and you're employing me on that basis. So that's kind of how I work. I'd like to think that I'm very flexible, and that is both with evening work and, if need be, weekend work. Although most of us, including my clients, like weekends to be a time when they spend it with their family or their friends. So most of my clients prefer to come in an evening. However, there is always that flexibility. If a weekend is best for them, then that's obviously my priority to accommodate that. I do also offer Skype, so that's very helpful to my clients who are further afield, that they can access me via Skype, and that's a superb facility. So as well as working with individuals on change, I do also offer some family work, and again that tends to be around how we communicate as a family and the dynamics around that, and that works quite successfully. Obviously, if a person or family were interested, then that would be something that we would need to discuss separately, because there isn't any one agenda, because there are different dynamics with different family members. But it's certainly possible, and it's very helpful. And if I'm honest, most of my clients within that type of work tend to be one parent and one family member, and that seems to work quite well. However, sometimes it is important to get other members of the family in, and I use training and experience I gained while working in children's services, and that's been very helpful. The other area that I work in is with couples, and sometimes some individuals will come to me with an issue that they perceive is largely their fault within their relationship, and sometimes it becomes very apparent that it would be helpful to see both parties, and that's something I offer. It doesn't always work that way, in the respect that sometimes couples already have identified that both of them want to come, and therefore they will contact me accordingly, and we'll make that first session available for them to come as a couple. So you can see already that my work has to be very flexible, and thankfully I am able to adapt to that. I'm very used to it because everybody's circumstances are different. So just to sort of reiterate, the main areas are individual work, couples work, and family work. And although I'm not a business coach, I do see fairly often people who are self-employed, and they want to use me as a sounding board, a confidential person to run all their ideas by, and that's fine, that works really well. And sometimes they will just periodically come back for a little top up on where they're going next. So I hope that explains a little bit more based on my other videos. I think I've probably gone into a little bit more detail on this one. And please, always just pick up the phone or email. Email's often the best because phone calls can just keep toing and froing and ping-ponging. So email is always good. And of course, check out my website. You'll see on there that I do offer some workshops as well. And some of those are either individual programs or for small groups or even large groups. So they are on there, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you want any further advice on anything that I've spoken about today. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope it's been helpful. And any feedback you have on the video, I don't profess to be an expert at this, but I do profess to be pretty good at what I do, and that's coaching. So please contact me, and lovely to speak to you, and I'm going to sign off now. Bye.